Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity again. I would like to share about my vision, about what I'm expecting to do as Changia. As Changia, we have many things which we need to accomplish. Because they always say, without education, without something which can be like a protection, a cover, you cannot afford, you cannot reach anywhere. That is why I appreciate this project of Think to Prosper. And I'm always try to learn it, even if I'm not yet finished. But there is still some difficulties which we still have in the book. But our aim is to make Changia to reach at the next level, to be a big organization, to resolve the problem of our communities. As you know, like this area, as refugees, we have some challenges. We have big challenges in education areas. And with this Changia, we try to emphasize, we try to make people to update children, old people, women to be available, to be ready to join Changia and to see how they can learn, they can improve their skills. Because here in Nakivale, there is a lot of challenges for education. Many people, they need to learn, but they don't have this opportunity to say, no, let me learn this, let me try to learn these skills, can help me in the future. But through Changia, we try to make it happen, to make it ready. Everyone can come and learn different innovation, different skills. As I always wish, as I propose, I'm still proposing to make this new program of education mission, Think to Prosper, because it is an inspiration book. I need to take care of it, to learn with my team and start teaching people. Because what I saw in the book, as for the first preview page, which they said, do your best. You cannot do something without a commitment. When someone can say, let me create a project, let me do this thing, can be beneficial to everyone. You have to have a commitment to do your best, to do what you want, to accomplish it. Without commitment and do your best, you cannot afford, you cannot move to another level. With what we learned with these few days, we come to realize that when you have a commitment, you have done your best, you have to focus to what you are doing. But many people, they create projects, but they don't focus on it. That's why they can start like 1 year, others 3 months, they stop with. And when you ask how is going on the project you have started, or the challenges was many, but we come to realize that with this Think to Prosper, we can be pushed, because everything is inside. Everything is inside. And when you learn, you wish to continue learning. You are inspired. It is a book which inspired a lot, and put someone to courage, say, no, you have to do this. You have to motivate yourself and accomplish this. No one will come to do it. And through what we are doing, I believe with this book, which we have and still learn on it, to make everyone to learn on it. We have to start. We have to understand what is in, and give it to our fellow refugees. because we are already published about the book, what we are going to do, because we will be teaching it in Swahili, because the common language which is here is Swahili, and we choose to understand the book, then we can teach it in our language, and everyone can be ready to understand and to be inspired about what is inside. That is why I try to ask Conrad about it, how, if it can be possible, because when we share with people, they always told us about certificates, how you can learn this big this innovation book without any certification. I said the certificate will be, but we have to talk with our brothers, with our comrades, the one who is in charge. If it will be possible, we have to inform. Because we were planning to start it by next week, but next week, if the certificate will be available, because as I read the book, it can take us even 2 weeks. 2 weeks learning it slow by slow. We are not rushing as a fast promotion of it. And Changia, we need to put this program to be a program which will be beneficial every time. One promotion can be when we give them certificates, and to plan how we can start another one, as we always do with entrepreneurship. We always do 3 months of learning. When we learn 3 months, we give the certificates. But with this, I consider it is more beneficial, more useful to us to start with, because everyone can be able to manage, everyone can be able to create something can be beneficial to the community. And with Changia, we have a lot of vision, a lot of projects which we need to implement and be beneficial to us and our environment, even host communities. That is our vision, to make it big. But we cannot afford ourselves if we are not informed, if we are not educated, if we are not connected with other people. That's why we are in need for the support which is it will be by trainings. Then by trainings we can be supported through trainings, through different areas, to make Changia to another level. Because what we have with all our team, we have many things which we need to give to people, which we need to share with vulnerables, with our beneficiaries. We need more. We don't have to say no, we can do something because we have money. What I believe, as I read this book, even if money cannot make a project, it is you who has to make something. Because money can come where you have put something, where we have already started, we have already made it. Everyone can say, no, this thing, it is beneficial to everyone. That is why, when we start with Changia, we didn't start with money. No, we start without anything. But slow by slow, as years, like now we are in 6 years, Changia exists. We are working. We are not quitting. We are working, even if in challenges where we saw the problem, we solve it. Where we found we meet the stress, we look how to get solution of it. And that is why I saw this book. I said this book can be an inspiration for us, to put us, to motivate us and go behind.
I'm very proud of you, Eric. And started following in the suits that Simon actually kicked this whole thing off, okay, by taking those principles and apply them. And the key is, you're right, it's not money, okay? Simon hasn't ever had any money. Okay. He gets a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there and a little bit of money over here. Okay. But there ain't nobody that's just giving Simon, here's 40 million shillings, right? Maybe someday, but we've got to continue going on. And that's the difference between being, we lack resources, but somebody said this the other day, and it just impacted me, being resourceful. You don't lack resourcefulness. Eric, you're being resourceful. Okay. We're figuring it out. Simon is being resourceful. He's figuring it out as each one of y'all are doing. Okay. We can't stop the process. Now, because you are translating it into Swahili, okay. Some of the challenges with some of the P words will be difficult because they don't use the same P words. And the thing about the P words, remember, this is only a tool. This thing is only a tool to help you remember. That's the only thing it is a tool to help you remember, right? Okay. Remember the system. You don't need this, okay? But it's beneficial to you to be able to use it. Now, in Swahili, they'll still understand doing their best. They'll still understand focusing. They'll still understand, dividing things down. They'll understand the different sides, okay? It's just the piece. But remember, when we're looking at focus is all about the picture we have in our mind, okay? It's developing that picture. And for our photographer friend there, you realize that the more pixels we have, in a picture, the more pixels you have, the clearer it becomes, okay? The same thing is true with the more information that we gain about our goal. We have a goal, right? We have a goal, we have something we want to accomplish, but then we try to add as much information to it as that we add that information is like adding pixels, okay? It makes it clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer. The thing that stops us many times is fear, but it's fear of the unknown. It's the fear of the things we don't know. I don't know how to do this, so I'm afraid. And if I allow that fear of my unknown to stop me, then everything I've done to this point goes to waste, right? And so you have to conquer that fear, and you do it through that education, through learning, okay, I don't know how to do this. You be honest with yourself. I don't know how we're going to get this done. But through asking yourself questions, side 2, through talking to people and getting outside advice, side 3, doing your research, you'll figure it out. All of y'all are real young, okay? You've got a long ways to go. Just think, you're like this rocket, this aircraft taking off, and you're getting more elevations. But if you look at how old you're going to grow, and your lifespan is going to be increasing, I know the lifespan in Uganda has been shorter than here in the United States, but as you have become more of a developed country, you'll find that your lifespan average is going to be significantly increasing, okay? And as you're like in this jet that's going to go higher and higher and higher and higher because you're continually learning. However, there is a danger. There's a significant danger in that we can learn one thing and then we can stop. Some people that they may learn one thing, but they'll learn the same thing over and over again. Or let's say they have practical experience. So somebody has practical experience, let's say as a carpenter, okay? They can take and frame in the houses. They can put the trusses up. They can put the rough wood up. But, okay, and sometimes they stop their learning and their knowledge at that point, and they just be a carpenter all the rest of their time. What we would call in the United States a framing carpenter or rough end carpenter, right? Other carpenters take it to the point where now they can build furniture because they continue to expand their knowledge and their understanding in that, and now they can create fine furniture. And of course, that means when they're creating fine furniture, they're getting more money for that fine furniture. If you look at making money, and making money is going to be important to every single person, okay? Even though we don't like to think about it sometimes. But the people that make the most money in the shortest period of time. So money in the shortest period of time, and that's what you want to be able to do. Make your money in the shortest period of time. That's because they became an expert in a particular area. They learned it real well. They didn't stop. They had questions, but they did side 3 over and over and over again because they realized there was this person they could learn from, this person they could learn from, and they were picking up and refining their education. It's like the soccer player who becomes the greatest soccer player, football player, right? The football player that becomes the greatest football player because he spends time learning. He spends time practicing his skill, becoming an expert at it. And as we're teaching people to be successful, they need to become an expert or do their best in a particular area, but they can have a general knowledge of everything that we want. You want to get a general overall working knowledge of things, but you want to try to become an expert in a particular field because that is what's going to provide you the most amount of financial reward for the least amount of time. Because there's that balance when it comes to being financially successful, when it comes to being, prosperous, it's a balance between time and money, because time represents money going out. Every day it costs you money to live. Every day it costs you some type of resources to live, right? And you're exchanging your time for that money that you get. And so literally what you have to do is become more efficient or more productive with your time. And you do that by becoming a greater expert in any particular area. Simon, if you could take and give us an update of where you're at, and if you've got a question, go ahead there, Simon.
I'm so excited to meet all of you guys today. My name is Okema Simon. I'm in the northern part of Uganda, Gulu. That's where I come from. And, I met Mr. Stan away in 2008, but I got to know him better in 2014. But since, I met him better, we started communicating. A lot of things has happened in my life through the book that I've been reading, through his writings, which has, really changed my life. Right now, I'm at a school where I started way back in 2016 when I read Mr. Stan's book, How to Do the Impossible. I started writing those things down, like I wanted to do this, I wanted to do this, but I didn't have the resources. So, when I came back home, I had to tell the people in my community that I really wanted to start up a school, but I don't have the resources. So I call upon them to come and, we join hands together. So they came, we started with making bricks. When Mr. Stan came here in 2017, he got one of our classrooms. It's already up. But with a growing number of students we are having at the school, it gave me a lot of pressure to do more construction. But I didn't have the resources, as Mr. Stan was saying earlier, I didn't really have the resources to start this building. Of course, I needed to start a bigger building. Again, I went back to the people in the community. I was like, we want to put up more classrooms, but I don't have money to do this. Let's come together and make bricks. I believe with time, resources will come and, we'll put up this building. So right now, I'm very excited. The people in my community, they came, we made bricks. Right now, as I talk, I'm working on one of the, the biggest, our biggest classroom now. We are working on 6 new, classroom blocks. As you can see at the background, there is the school I'm working on right now. So all is coming well, just I read this book and you know, I develop a lot of ideas, you know, on what I can do, you know, some of the impossible things. Like, you know, for many of you know what has been happening in northern part of Uganda. You can tell my story better, because before I went to Kampala, I was like nobody. I was just in the middle of Kampala. I didn't know how I went there, but you know how God started transforming my life, you know, was amazing. So I just thank Mr. Stan for all, you know, your great teaching. Thank you for writing this wonderful book. Right now, I'm planning to start going to different schools, teaching these students on how, you know, they can be successful. If I believe if I tell them my story, they will understand more. They will, you know what I'm talking better, because many of them know where I come from. Many of these students know where you know, they have all been through, you know, the war that we had in the northern part of Uganda. Like we in the northern part of Uganda, we were nowhere. We were in the middle of nowhere. We started coming up, I think, in around 2008. That's when things started getting better for us. But like, you know, I had a lot of fear, but I had to put my fear behind me, you know, and, you know, focus on what I had in front of me. Because if I could, you know, allow my fear to control me, you know, all these projects that I'm doing at the moment would not be there, because I didn't have any resources to do this, and I didn't have any, you know, major source of income to start up this. But when people saw my, you know, they heard my story, that's how things started getting better.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you're right, you're facing your fears, okay? And you're not letting fears stop you. And Eric's doing the same thing. Eric, you're seeing Simon, and he's just got a hold of the information a little bit earlier, but he's been helping people just like you're helping people. And people are smarter than we give them credit for. They just don't know where to get started, okay? And so what we're really doing is we're just giving them a system to be able to get started. You know, because everybody's not self-starters like Edwin, for an example. Edwin took initiative and gone on. There's a lot of people that haven't done exactly that, or, you know, but I know that you guys being on this call just shows that you are self-starters in so many things. But the people we're trying to reach, a lot of people never become self-starters because they don't know where to start. They don't know where to start. And we're just helping them to start by giving them a simple system to be able to do that. Eric, I see you have your hand up.
Yeah. Just I would like to tell you guys that I'm with my team here, and I would like to present them that they are with me, and they are the team which will help me to push up this program to train people about them to prosper this side. Yeah.
Well, we're so glad to have you. I see him behind you there.
Yeah, this one is Freddy.
Freddie?
Here there is another one guy here, Guy Marin.
Ah.
This lady here, Gideon.
Superwoman.
Well, good.
There is here Kasereka.
Uh-huh.
Stefan.
Hey, man.
Yes. The team which we are trying to read and understand, then we can start now the program.
Good. Try to make yourself up a die. And this is just a block of wood. And I think there's a video. I think there is a, there you go, Simon. Conrad's got his. And Conrad has a video that's on our website on how to make your own. Okay. And it's good to have one just as a reminder, as a tool that you can actually use.
I would like to Conrad to send me the link of YouTube, how to make it, because we have to make it which can help us this side.
Okay. Yeah, Conrad will make sure he gets that done.
Yes, I'll share with him the link of video, and hoping it is going to help him as well. Thank you.
Derek or Cisco, did you want to greet us real quick?
Sorry?
Does Derek or Cisco want to say hello to us real quick?
So much. Can you pick me?
Yes, we can, sister.
Yes, thank you. I've been on and off. My network is really terrible, but I'm so happy with the whole thing. And I'm glad Stanley really picks time to listen to teach us every day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're so always glad to see your face there. All right, guys. Thank y'all very much for being here. I know we're already about 15 minutes over time. The team there with Eric, thank you so much, guys. I'm wishing you all the luck in the world.
Thank you so very much, Stanley, and thank you all of you for making it for today's call. We are really so happy for having you guys day in, day out.
All right, we'll see you guys later. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for being here.
Thank you to Stanley. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.